This game, there isn't much use, to be honest. Yeah, like, this game, you want to keep the points for when the Crystallarium definitely, like, does open up. But, like, it's very hard to even fucking do. That's not a vampire. There's a vampire over here. It's got to be this fucking vampire. So that's the Trachyoid gear is the only thing I'm fucking missing. Light, Snow, and Fang is your main. They have grade to weapons. Oh, okay. The best grind is the Behemoth King versus the Wolf thing. I don't know. I found a better one. Like I'm past the point where the Behemoth King and the Wolf thing were. I was getting like I think it was like 4 or 5k a piece, and it literally took 5,000 CP every minute. I was getting like 4 to 5,000 or no, 3 to 4,000 CP every time I finished the battle, and it was taking me 25 seconds. Oh, okay, Cody. I know I have Lightning's weapon really, really high right now. Yeah, it's Oh, I'm trying to remember the part of the map. It's all the way over to the left side. There's like kind of a little almost island chunk that you go down, and there's like 5 enemies. They're those weird like penguin-looking motherfuckers. There's like 5 or 6 of them, and literally like once you're high enough level, like they're gone in seconds. Like that's why like everybody had their roll to where it was, and I have most of their other ones gone because I was racking in fucking like at I think it was at minimum like 3,200 CP is like for 25 seconds. Like I was racking in points. Where is this? So track your gear. This item is not marked on the map. You have to fight a Seath vampire for it. That was a Seath vampire. Only because I hate boss battles here. I try to get max equipment and high level weapons as I can. 100%. The upgrade system in this game is good. I will agree about that. So I gotta fight all these fucking things. Think you're close to the spot. I'm close to the spot you're stuck on. Yeah, the weapon system for this game is really good as opposed to just buying weapons. Oh, a lot of love for 13, eh, Chuck? Oh, is it the Barthandelus boss that's just up on the bridge there? Tears of Woe. Yay, Trachyoid gear. There it is. Let's go fix the little robot. We'll go fix him. Just for you guys. Hello, dog. I use Synergist sometimes. I can't. I don't even think I have one set up, to be honest. No. No, I don't. But Final Fantasy has been posting about it. I hate that because Final Fantasy posts about a lot of stuff and then they don't really do anything with it. It's always like, oh, 30th anniversary of this. Then there's this. And it's just like, then they don't do anything. Here, little robot. Haste is such an OP buff. I usually just use the items for that. It's been some time that boss was taking me hours. I actually just beat him. Well, time to go to work. Got to take a load of orange juice to Waco, Texas. Oh, gonna look it up. Good. I'm level 1 on FF15. Luffy, calm down. Overkill, I'm level 1 on FF15 with 2,200,000. Wow, you got all the fucking experience. The only role I don't use regularly is Sentinel. Sentinel is such a good role. I use that too much. Congratulations. I'm a pioneer. The Towering Automata. Undisputed Step. Get close and even Chocobo. Okay. Okay. Giving me all that stuff. Took over 10,000 steps on the low world surface. Well, shit. Okay, now I remember what he's for. I used to do the same thing. Would go to the 3 times EXP place. Right? Get all that friggin' experience in 15 and then be like, oh, okay, let's go here. Let's multiply all the experience. You leave me alone, vampire. You leave me alone. I'm just trying to go where I'm supposed to go now. It's birthday. Yeah, I already beat him. He is already dead. If you use 3 times hotel, I'll be a level 102. I remember back in the day when level 99 meant something. No, Oh, Erba is your favorite Final Fantasy location? Daunting music. You guys just leave me alone. I'm just trying to go to where I'm supposed to go now. Any recommendations for his boss? You might need to level up some. Like, I didn't have a huge problem with it, but the main ones I was using, you got Saboteur is really good. So basically, I had this one here, Attrition. I was using that to put all my debuffs on him. So like Lightning there, just keeping everybody in good health. Snow taking all the damage, and her putting all the debuffs. The second you know the debuffs are on her or on him, I'd switched over to this because the Ravager really puts the stagger gauge all the way up, but Commando keeps it from going down fast. And then anytime everybody's really low on health, I'd switch over to double medic Sentinel, and those were the only 3 I used, and I pretty much like walked through them fairly quickly. The cave after the step. Wish getting the super weapons in Final Fantasy games were easier. It depends on what Final Fantasy game. There's a lot of Final Fantasies where super weapons are fucking simple. Now, 10 was like... 10 had its big problems. Whoa, there's all these guys. I walked around this way. Oh! 10 had a lot of different... Oh, maybe I didn't walk around those guys. Oh, what are we doing here? We're gonna... Nah, fuck it. Yeah, 10 had a lot of hard time doing that. I think this one was another one that was like... Oh, these aren't the vampires. Was fairly hard because I think you need to get like specific items and stuff like that if I remember correctly. But like Final Fantasy 1 to 9, not very hard to get their weapons. Trying to think. 12 you pretty much just find most of them, I think. There's some monsters you have to beat for others. Can't remember 15 enough. I think that one was alright because I think most of his legendary, like the spirit weapons or whatever the fuck they're called, you can just find those in places. Oh, you need 25 mil at least. They're so hard in this one, yeah. They're pretty difficult in this one. Might just have to rank up then. Yeah, it's probably that. Yeah, this game is one of the ones that definitely takes a while to get their final weapons. What year is it? It's 2006. I'm probably off by some because I can't remember when 13 came out, but it's definitely 2006. I love the way how you power level in Final Fantasy X after the arena opens up. Let people die and get XP with overdrive and AP gear. Exactly. This game would take so long, I think. Yeah, 2008. There we go. Those things are dead now. Like, my weapon for lightning isn't too bad right now. Like, I'm sitting there with Helter Skelter. What is this? Yeah, it drops me quite a bit. 16 was better. I have not finished 16 yet, Wayne. I started it on stream, but I was already in the middle of like my Final Fantasy series run through, so I decided to stop and wait till I actually get there. So I'm excited to play 16. I love the visuals for 16. The story's intriguing so far. Love the music in this game. Well, every Final Fantasy is just top tier music. There's a reason they have a fucking traveling orchestra doing shows. The combat in this one is better than 16. Well, it's completely different, right? The combat in this is very free-flowing, but it's free-flowing for a for a turn-based game. Best Final Fantasy since 7? Oh, I don't know if I agree with that. 16 is dope as fuck, but I think 13 and 15 are better. Hope will always be insufferable. There's a reason that I left him alone. I think 15's combat was way better than 16's. Really? There's a lot of people that don't like 15's combat at all. Miller, I would agree. Tactics is in my top 5 of Final Fantasies. I don't think 15 was trash. I have beaten every single Final Fantasy aside from 16 and some of the side games, Ricardo. Hope is a child. Snow is much worse. Like, I didn't hate 15. I wanted it to be turn-based. But I liked 15. 15, they're a master crafter. Give you a quest to get them last. The 120. I think 15... I think in 15, people getting your way a lot. Right? Compared to the other Final Fantasy games, 15 is trash. Like, I find it's in bad faith to call it trash, though, like, if you're comparing it to others in the series. Because, like, I always look at it as, like, I love every Final Fantasy that's out. I've beaten them all, aside from 16. And I think... and I think they're all good. It's just, but in terms of others, like, they're not as good. Like, goddamn it, Vanille, stop that. Because, like, if I look at Final Fantasy games, my top Final Fantasies are 6 to 9 and Tactics, and everything else is under that. But, like, in terms, like, every Final Fantasy has good points and its bad points. I wouldn't say 15 is the worst in the series. Original Final Fantasy 2 still exists. I'd say 15 is better than 12. Yeah, like, I find people use the word trash for games way too often nowadays. Like, it's okay to not like a game, or to think, like, a game doesn't, like, like, hit the right points, for sure, but, like, a lot of games that people say are trash, just because they don't like them, just, like, factually isn't true. Even though she has, the one to let go. Go Final Fantasy 13, agreed. Oh, the cinematics for 16 are fucking amazing. With the right suit, I got all 6 super weapons. Nice. And use poison to kill a level 120 boss. 15 had an easy mode. Yeah, but, like, that's good. Like, it's hard to change your combat system that much and not give people a handicap. Like, I think easy mode is great for people. Like, there's no reason there shouldn't be easy modes in single-player games. Like, it doesn't make any sense, because, like, sometimes the way mechanics work in a game isn't as easy for other people to pick up. Like, the paradigm system for this, like, can be very confusing, especially if you're first picking it up, and I think this has easy mode. Final Fantasy is what got you into, or 8 is what got you into Final Fantasy. Oh, yeah, 8 was really good for graphics at the time. 13 or 13-2? It's a toss-up. 12 was groundbreaking. I find they just took... I didn't like the MMO-style combat to it. It was after 11 came out, so it's like what they went with. Wonder what I would dislike about 10. Probably the lightning dodging in the butterfly minigame. It has Final Fantasy in the name. It's definitely part of the Final Fantasy... Mystic Quest is definitely part of the family. It's just not part of the core games. I can't play on 4K on 16, and you have a 4060. I got a 4060 as well. Chocolina scared you in 13? Chocolina. 16 had the best graphics, great characters, best voice acting, best combat. That's the thing, though. Graphics don't make a game, and, like, they had great characters, but, and, like, voice acting doesn't matter in games. It really doesn't. Like, I love voice acting in games, but that voice acting and graphics are completely irrelevant to a good game. And Final Fantasy, the mainline, like all of the mainline series aside from like 2, have always been turn-based, and I feel like they should have stayed that way. I like the combat for 16, but like the market right now is oversaturated with action RPG games, which is why they went the way they did. Don't get me wrong, like the combat for 16 is good and a lot of fun. Just give me a second there because I'm missing some stuff in chat. But like there's a lot of your point, like I haven't played all the story for 16, so I can't really say about the story, but like Final Fantasy 6, incredibly written, incredible character design. Even though it's like pixels, the character designs are really good. The characters are extremely well written. The graphics aren't crazy, but like I'm a huge fan of pixel art, so I love the graphics for it. The story is fucking top tier. I'm a huge fan of turn-based, and they did a lot for the mechanics for 16 that added a lot to the game. Every Final Fantasy has weaknesses. Like, I'd say the the teleporting for the world map is a huge weakness. Final Fantasy games went really downhill after they got rid of world maps. Just teleporting yourself to specific zones that they have is really dumb in my opinion. 9 might be the GOAT in your opinion. 9 was good. Yeah, like, and the combat for 16 can get really repetitive. Like, it's the same as Devil May Cry. Like, it's very Devil May Cry like, and I love Devil May Cry. FF6 yeah, like 6 was really good. I hate fighting Clive's Ballad. So my take on 16 is the graphics were outstanding, the combat was good for bosses, the storyline was bland. I haven't gotten to the storyline for 16, so I can't say anything about the story yet. Felt like the world felt incomplete for 16, like it wasn't as immersive. Well, that's what I mean. Like, that's what you kind of get when you're when you get rid of world maps or like open worlds. Like Final Fantasy 15's open world was good, but they could have used some fast travel. Like I don't mind fast travel in games, but when you take out like the core of like the whole map and you're just teleporting to points, then I find it's kind of lacking. Just vastly like you vastly prefer action RPGs, which is a valid take. But to put that like to just because the combat is there to say like it's better than the other ones, like gameplay is definitely important for people, which is why like a lot of people don't like Final Fantasy Tactics because tactics game. Yeah, you found yourself doing the same thing every battle. Final Fantasy 16 has the best story other than 6 and 7. Like I'm excited to get to that. A lot of people are saying 16's story was really, really good. But yeah, like I'm only a little ways into 16, and I do a lot of training, and 16's battle has gotten like very like repetitive so far. Did 12 give you Star Wars vibes? I wouldn't say 12 gave me Star Wars vibes, really. It was just you're talking about Star Ocean, I think. Claws was just a bland one. Need more emotion. Oh, okay. Build Mega Flare, stagger them, use Giga Flare, then every other strong ability. 16 story was great, but getting confusing. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you're 100% correct on that, Wayne. Like every Final Fantasy has repetitive combat, but the action-oriented combat is more repetitive depending on where you're at. Because if you're playing like the turn-based games and you get towards like really strong boss monsters, then you have to get into the tactical side of it as opposed to just dodging or block. Like I can't remember if 16 has blocking and parrying because I'm thinking more Souls-like games. But like once there's dodge mechanics into it, it's just dodge, attack, abilities, dodge, attack, abilities. But like when it comes down to like when you're getting into boss monsters for like turn-based or tactics-based games, you have to like think strategically as opposed to reactively, I guess is the word I'm probably looking for. Has a lot of Star Wars plot. Oh, okay, okay. I don't know if I picked up on that, and I love Star Wars. They hint at a return to turn-based for next... I've heard they don't plan on going back to turn-based, and I can't see why they would, to be honest. I have a 4K TV. Final Fantasy 16 definitely stands out. I could definitely see Final Fantasy 16 standing out in 4K 100%. So build Mega Flare with Zangetsu, stagger, and then use strong ability. The enemy is even called the... You're not wrong, it is called the Empire. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I liked the bromance for 15, but they could have used some more, well, even just more than the 4 core characters. No, I just saved. They could have definitely used some female side companions or playable characters though. I think my reason why 9 was one of the best is it had an open world and the characters aren't just human. I would agree with that. I feel like they need more than just human characters for sure, especially with the way the worlds are and how many different races that Final Fantasy has. Not too much Guardian, not too much. I solved some of my problems with future streams. I got, I think, 90% of the Tales series now. I found some really good emulators for the ones I can't find. And I found the other 3 for the Suikoden games. I just have to track down the rest of Dragon Quest now. So everything's going good. I also managed to rack up enough gifts and donations to get Octopath Traveler for stream as well, 1 and 2. Wasn't Vaughn Luke? I don't know. Vaughn could have been taken out of the game completely. Can't play 16 on even 1440 with 60 frames. Wow. I haven't beaten World of Final Fantasy. I love it though. World of Final Fantasy is so fucking fun. This cutscene is epic. All cutscenes in Final Fantasy are epic. What are you talking about? I haven't played Xillia, but I have Xillia 1 and 2. I've only beaten one Tales game. I've only beaten Tales of Arise, but I have 90% of them now, so every single Tales game aside from Arise is going to be my first time playing it. I even have Star Ocean, I think it's Fantasia. I have, or not Star Ocean, I have Tales of Fantasia, so I'm going all the way back. I have played every single Star Ocean, Daniel. Or Danielle, I'm not sure which pronunciation of that it is. But I did the Star Ocean remake, the Star Ocean Second Story remake for stream, actually. World of Final Fantasy had a sad ending to the story. Aw, that makes me sad. I can't wait to get to it, though. Can't wait for Breath of Fire Remaster. That's another one I need to get into. I've played one Breath of Fire, but I loved it. So I never got to play Rebirth. Rebirth should be coming out on PC soon, I believe. Never played Xillia 2. It's coming to PC. Yeah, I thought so. It's supposed to be very soon. I haven't played any Tales game aside from Arise, so I'm excited to go through them all because people are the older ones are even better. So I'm in for a time. One of my other favorite. Xenosaga was so good. I wish iOS games can be available on disc so I don't have to worry about game shutdowns. Agreed. I would disagree with that, Wayne. I like 7, but 7 is just too overhyped. I find 6 is better than 7. I find 9 is better than 7. Tactics is better than 7. I'm not saying 7 is bad. 7 is great. It's in my top 5 Final Fantasies, but I don't think 7 is the best in the series. I find a lot of people, it's very overhyped. It was one of the ones that got the most traction because of how many commercials that it has. So it was the first one to get really recognized. It was one of the main selling points for, PlayStation 1. I've heard a lot about the the other Xeno games as well. 16 is better than 7? Oh, I'll wait and see for that one. It was the only turn-based game I actually really enjoyed. Okay, that's valid. That's valid. That's perfectly fine. That's why I find a lot of people don't get into a lot of the mainline Final Fantasy games because most of them are turn-based, and not a lot of people are a fan of turn-based, so it can definitely be a huge turn-off for sure. I would agree with that 100%. So you're saying 7 is like 4th or 5th? Somewhere around there, yeah. Like, I find it hard to, like, gauge my top 5. Like, because my top 5 is 6, 7, 8, 9 in tactics, but I find it 7's probably on the lower end of that. I'd probably say 4th or 5th. Because, like, Final Fantasy Tactics is fucking huge. 6 is really good, and 9 is really good. So I'd probably put 8 and 7 around the same, but, like, 8 I definitely find is my very controversial opinion, because a lot of people really, really dislike 8 for, like, the way the mechanics are. But yeah, like, 7 is still fucking really high up there, like, for my Final Fantasy games. Yeah, you and like I can understand where you like the remake more just because of the combat difference. Perry, Grandia is a good series. I like Grandia. 16 might be better than 7. You could see the argument for that. You guys are making me really, really excited to get fucking 16. Final Fantasy 11 taught you how to grind. FFX had the same way to grind on the ship where Sin attacks. Just keep going until you have all of Titus's overdrives. Right, Legendary. Just 100%. 16 the other day. Play through 7 Remake right now to prep for January 23rd. Yeah, people hate on 8 because of the junction system a lot, and the magic system. The magic's where it makes using magic like detrimental. 16's top 3 for you. See, that's where I disagree. I love 8 a lot. I can understand why a lot of people hate 8 though at the same time. Like, the junction system is a reason why a lot of people dislike 8. The draw system, like the magic system in general for 8. So I understand why a lot of people like 8, and I understand I understand a lot why you don't think 8 should be in the top 5 for sure. 13's combat is just boring to me. I'm like 8 hours in. Does it get any better? Once you get to a lot of the boss fights, you need to switch a lot, so it definitely changes a lot there. But like once you get to a certain point, like some of the smaller battles can get kind of tedious. OG7 is trash. I could never get through it. There we go. I almost fucking died there. Still leaking. Fuck. I can definitely understand your statement, Bows. Like I love it though. 13 series, 7 series, 15 series, 8. Those are your top 5. Oh, okay. Get more fun. Yeah, more fun later on. I love the expanded versus 7, but you don't like the original 7 itself. Oh, okay. We're talking about what we hate. We can talk about what we hate. Oh, Legendary with the lurk. Story on 8 is great, but the the combat system can definitely be like very detrimental for a lot of people. So I definitely understand that. I take my voice. So far, it just seems like repeating auto battle over and over again. Yeah, I can get like that a lot. I love the Sabin suplex of the train. I don't use auto battle. Yeah, 6 is king. Other villains can only dream of remaking the world. Kefka succeeds. Kefka is definitely peak villain. Why did that fucking bounce back over? There we go. Once you have to strategize when it... Yeah, like once you start to get to the stronger enemies, feels a bit like cheating because it's even... It's an ever-expanding MMO, but 14 is top for you. 14 keeps winning a lot of awards, though. Like, for valid reasons. Hate having to read all the story before 8 came out. Keep hearing that about 16. Barthandelus is definitely a power bottom. For me being legend. The Dragoon is definitely peak. Dragoon is really good. They could have did so much. Who would win, Kefka or Sephiroth? Ugh. That's a hurt. I'd probably go with Kefka. Like, I know Sephiroth throws some, like, planets around, but, like, Kefka's basically a god at the end. God, everybody hates Tonberries. Callus wins. Loses because it's part of his plan, then becomes a god at the end of the series. One second there, guys. I hate it. Where are we at? Yeah, Tonberries are OP for absolutely no reason. You are correct. You don't like the expansions, eh? Oh, yeah, I can never complete or afford the games. I liked Strangers of Paradise. Thank you for the Heart Royal. Much appreciated. I liked Strangers of Paradise. It was really fun as a game. And, like, I'm not usually, like, a huge Souls-like person. Dot Hack was a good game. Here's a topic to delve into. The Final Fantasy games. What's your favorites? Bahamut. Bahamut is the only right choice. Always Bahamut. that was an easy one. I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles. Hate Blitzball. I love Blitzball. Blitzball is the GOAT. You know what would be cool for 16 if changing your summon changes your sword style? Odin is also up there. Odin is definitely a very, very viable summon choice. Are you the one that we want? Actually, you guys, one second there. Just since we're not far from that save point. Oh, I just got a work-related call, guys, so we're going to shut her down a little bit early today. Of course, when everybody's getting in here and we're all going wild, of course, work calls. Anima is also a good choice from 10. Needs to go back to Xenogears and fix the second half of the game. Oh, I hate to fucking leave you guys right now. Luckily, actually, I don't know if I saved, so I'm going to go back and save just to be safe. But unfortunately, I must do the leaving for the time being. What gift was that? Oh, sending the game controller. Thank you for the game controller. Much appreciated. Oh, stealing the #1 gifter badge, are ya? Let me get back to this fucking save point right quick. Which direction are we taking? Straight down. Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'll be back. So, let me just check the schedule. Today is the 30th. So, I will be, should be back tomorrow morning, as long as nothing goes awry. But we'll be doing some Star Ocean, The Last Hope tomorrow. Thank you all for stopping by, and hopefully we will see you in the morning. Yeah, I gotta keep the job going. 100%. Yeah, how dare real life get in the way? But no, thanks for everybody stopping by. We'll see you tomorrow with some Star Ocean, and I'll keep you guys up to date on everything else.